So, we're back after gotcha games and anime titties.
And anime horsewomen.
And anime
You
horsemen.
started now?
Yes, and King Arthur with his
Oh.
anime trophies.
Bird anime furries, get it right.
Anyways,
For session
Anime
33
is
of
crazy.
Inexorables, after like 2.5 weeks since everyone was busy.
It's a palindrome.
It's
Mainly
a
We've only had 2 others of those.
So, last session didn't really do much. Kind of just talked to each other. A little bit of get to know the party, a very little bit of it. A bit of a heart-to-heart between Lycus and Leopold. The evening before you guys wake, which is what we're starting with. As this is the morning of the Senate meeting. As you guys awake in the Caladran estate, it's fairly early in the morning. It's probably around 6. Some of you's probably already been up, because elves. And you went to bed fairly early. Regardless, as you guys wake, pretty much no matter what hour you wake, there is a very obvious and audible hustle and bustle outside from the servants, as they seem to have begun preparing things close to about 3 a.m. in the morning. As you guys wake, what would you guys like to do? I don't honestly remember if anyone was trying to prepare something this evening, or try to read into something more, or write a letter or anything.
Nope.
Yeah,
I don't think Leo had
Honestly, I
anything.
can't remember, so...
sounds about right. So over the next, right about an hour, you guys wake up, you gather your materials, kind of put things together, and Edmund actually comes down into the servers' quarters, the area in which you guys are sleeping, and kind of
Oh, fuck.
and kind of collects you all. He would probably come to Rikus first and say, "Is everyone up, Rikus?"
No idea.
We should go find out. We're leaving in 15 minutes. We're taking a cart with Professor Lycus.
Oh, fuck. Alright, give me a second. And I just tap my ear and go, "Hey, is everyone awake?"
Yes, why?
Be the front entrance in 15.
What? I just woke up.
15 minutes?
Oh, sorry, Sakir, I meant to exclude you from this chat.
Good.
You're good to sleep in for the next hour or so.
Uh,
Yeah, Sakia, please don't, or else I will drag you out of bed. Well, more likely teleport you.
Can Mom and Dad please make up their mind? I'm not getting up until you do.
well, Saki, you're a lot
Wasn't
more
this all
responsive
ready up?
today.
Yeah, I had a nightmare. Kind of put me out of it for a while.
Yeah, like an entire day.
Yeah, it was weird.
Little things tend to
Anyway.
upset him quite dramatically.
Either way, Edmund is going to go around and physically open the doors of everyone's rooms to just make sure you guys are awake and getting ready. Most of you guys, you're already mostly ready at this point, kind of just gathering your last pieces of equipment and your breakfasts and getting out the door. I'm just seeing the fucking furry meme that Nate posted. And
I can't believe you've done.
It's back in Aiden.
So accurate. So accurate.
I disagree.
Because one of them is black and tall, and the other one is short. So it makes
Well,
sense. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Anyway, so as you guys gather, it's again a very, very very vibrant environment. One could say it's there's a lot of people up and about. As you kind of make your way to the front side of this facility, there are butlers and house managers and servant heads and all different types of groups moving around. There's luggage moving everywhere. You see dozens upon dozens of like very well dressed, what you would assume to be like nobles and their families, and they're all getting into carts. And there's this procession of about 20 or 30 carts that are just sitting in the like garden area in front of this Caladron estate. You guys are led through this bustling crowd by Edmund. Why are you showing the pinky to me, Sakir?
That was to Aiden.
That was to Aiden. Nice.
I fell for it.
You guys circle through
Oddly.
and led to a cart which barely fits the 7 of you, as Lycus, Edmund, and then all of you guys. All of your NPCs and such, I'm assuming, are going to be left at the Golden Goose, and we'll see them later in the day. So as you guys load up, Lycus welcomes you to the cart and says, "Good morning. I hope you had a good evening, a good night's rest."
That's pretty nice.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm not entirely certain what your the expectations of you are. However, you will be left off with Joffrey, who is the captain of the Senate Guard. Once we arrive, I'm assuming you'll be left outside in the nearby barracks, and hopefully it will be an uneventful day.
Somehow I quite doubt that.
Well, it will be eventful in one regard or another. As mentioned yesterday evening, I believe I've successfully acquired us the votes necessary to annex the Inexorables from the Caladrian Empire. However, there is always the war vote that we now have to worry about, which is much more up in the air. Regardless, this procession will be led through the city. Since it's so early, hopefully there will be less of the protests. And as he kind of finishes that, all the carts kind of begin moving in this caravan up to the Sun Hall. As you guys make your way through the winding streets, over a couple bridges, into the South Vertasses, into the bazaar, and then up into Sun Hall, I'd have everyone roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Just so that I roll some dice and I don't just keep monologuing to myself for another, 10
We
minutes.
caught you.
Congratulations, you saw something very specific, and now it'll derail.
Don't worry, it won't.
You say that, and we had like an entire session because of that.
Yeah.
Did you change the shitty add-ons?
We completely
Updated.
just about everything. And
Turns out we were like almost a year out of date. So
there are
so,
some updates,
updated
hopefully it
things.
doesn't change too much.
Well, I can't click my character sheet.
Well, the macros still work.
You can't click your character sheet?
I mean, I'm probably not going to roll top perception. Let's be real.
are you able to see your little like hot bar thing with your name?
Yeah. I went to the actors, and then player characters, and then double clicking it's Sakir, Inadeus, Shade Hollow, and it does not pop up. So I'm looking to see if I already have it pulled out but minimized, but I didn't do that. So
No, I'm talking about like the little like thing that is in here.
I also cannot access your sheet, but I can access others.
enter something. Yep, I can access Tarak Burgoyne's.
You don't have this thing?
Oh, let me minimize. Watching. If it loads. Let me check.
If you don't, I have no idea how to make it pop up. But
Let's see. Oh, might have found the issue.
it's like a quick access for all your things from your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really weird. I can
That's
access
not-
everyone's
not-
sheet, but I cannot access yours.
Well, what's my perception? I can just look in my D&D Beyond. Do perception +3. Virtual tabletop. I know they use the chat function, right? Let's see, fingers. Do you remember? Yes, they do. Roll D. It's a D20 +3. Is that how you do it? Did everything just pause? Is that why it's not working?
You rolled a 15.
Alright. It's been really slow for me.
You rolled a 14. Yeah,
I'll take it.
I straight up cannot access your sheet, even after giving everyone in the game access to your sheet.
Try reloading. Hit the refresh button.
My page is refreshed. Okay, now it's not refreshed.
Bless you.
Yum.
Well, we can't spend too much time on this, so we're just gonna have to try and fix it in between sessions. And or you can try and fix it from now until you need it next. Either way, as you guys make your way through the city, we have Rikus and Leopold with 22 perception checks. Making your way through the city, you guys notice waking up early did not stop a fairly massive amount of protesters to line the streets. None of them are blocking the streets. The procession is able to go through smoothly, but you drive by a very, very large procession. Effectively, the moment you enter into the South Vertasis, the streets are lined with people. Some just there to watch the procession, and many there seemingly holding up signs or protesting against the likely Senate decision. Continuing to make your way, you guys enter into the gates of Sun Hall. You guys are one of the last carts in this caravan, and as mentioned yesterday, the doors do not close behind you as you enter into Sun Hall, as the southern section of Sun Hall, which contains the Senate building, is going to be open to the public for the day. To be around the Senate building to hear the proclamation as soon as decisions are made. So, you guys are all pulled around the backside of this Senate building before everyone is unloaded. You guys are able to get out fairly swiftly, and I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to do. I'm so fucking tired today. I think we're all kind of beat. At least Thomas, I know, is. Yeah, Mr. 16-hour workday. I'm expecting Thomas to pull the you got soft hands, brother, sometime this session. Alright. Lycus and Edmund are kind of sat there. Not too long, as you guys are kind of just standing around waiting your turn to enter into the Senate facility. You see many of the families are being separated from whichever noble is being led into the establishment. They're kind of being taken off to a side. There's another building a little ways down the road where many of the families are going. It's like one of the lower sections of the actual keep that is Sun Hall, so they're going to be in the walled-in area where the public is not allowed during this event. Eventually, everyone is brought in, and you guys are brought around towards the front of the building to where you can see the vast number of Senate guards who are set out in front of this facility. There appear to be like a series of quadrants in front of the Senate building, each of which has a regiment of Senate Guard supported by Radiant Guard behind them. You would guess there's probably somewhere between 150 to 200 or so, like Senate and City Guards set out in front of this building at the time. Before everyone enters into the Senate floor, there is a period of time in which Edmund takes you guys to the Senate barracks. So, to describe a bit of the layout of this facility, there is a grand entry hall from the front doors of the Senate building. From those front doors, you can see out onto this plaza in front of it, in which at least a few thousand people are currently, and it seems to be getting filled in very, very quickly. We're talking about 7:30 or so at this time, as the Senate meeting starts at 8. Then you have the Grand Entry Hall, which goes for a ways, and then in between the Grand Hall and the actual Senate floor is another smaller hall room that is protected by a handful of Senate guards, along with some inside the Grand Hall. And then right next to that pretty much leads around the corner into the Senate floor, is the Senate Guard barracks. That is where you guys are being kept, as Edmund kind of leads you from around the back of the building into the Grand Hall, into this smaller section. There's this grandiose fountain inside of the Grand Hall that he kind of leads you around, and into the barracks. It is not very large, this barracks. You would guess that there's probably 20 or so people left in here, as most of them are already out and deployed. You guys, at that point, are introduced to Captain Joffrey Galanti. As you're kind of brought up, there is a man, beautiful, ornate, like, pallid, armor, just pristine, bright white, and he has no shield. He has a pair of long swords on his hips, and he kind of steps forward and introduces himself. I am Joffrey Galanti. I am the captain of the Senate Guard, and you are a ragtag group of people with little to no riot training, I assume.
Almost correct. But as far as the ragtag team is concerned, yes.
All right. Well, I have little to no idea how I will be utilizing you today, but you have officially been handed off to the Senate Guard. And Edmund kind of waves goodbye as he steps back out to go talk to Lycus.
He's like, "Hey, bye.
Bye-bye.
Have fun."
Because Edmund will be the one representative of Inexorables besides Lycus, who is on the Senate floor. So
He's been deemed personal guard.
he is the personal guard of Lycus Aranin, effectively. So, as you guys are all handed off, do you have any questions?
Not necessarily questions, but I do want to bring up to Joffrey that we've heard rumors and found some potential evidence of some people wishing to tamper with magical defenses. We can't necessarily say that it's going to be here at the Senate meeting specifically, but, well, I think needless to say, we'd rather not take any second chances.
That is understandable. I would be incredibly surprised if anything were to happen here. We have some very, very strong magical defenses. If
Yes,
it
well-
would quell some of your worries, I can send an extra squad up into the area it is protected, which I would not prefer to disclose to non-Senate Guard.
Understandable.
Yeah.
It's just a rumor, anyways.
Well, it is, but when you're dealing with Vicious, I'd rather not take chances.
You
This
seem
is,
to kind of give you a questioning look when you say Vicious.
It's a long story.
Anyways, Leopold, he is not fully read in on our line of work, so I do not think it's necessary at the moment, given that he's about to explain what we have to do. Anyway, sir, I do have some background in riot training as well as policing, as was my role when I served in the military. Anyways,
I'm gonna be
what's the
standing
sit rep?
behind him, giving an obviously skeptical look. So if the military guy is looking at me, he sees it.
Anyways, what is the sit rep? What are we expecting?
Expectation is somewhere between 10 and 12,000 civilians in the squares outside. We currently have 200 guards deployed, with another 250 in backup positions, mostly Radiant Guard, as the Senate Guard itself does not have quite the manpower required to keep such a large group back. Anticipation is they're only allowed in the front sector of the building. There are 6 sectors, A through F, so it shouldn't be too difficult to keep them cornered in there. In all likelihood, everyone in this barracks, aside from yourselves and a few others, including myself, will be deployed. I have the capability to communicate with any of the current lieutenants or captains of any of the squads that I have out and about. We're not really expecting any major struggles today, just needing a show of force on the front side. I don't intend on using your squad for any type of lineman or riot patrol, as, to be entirely honest, my expectation is you will better be used in case of an emergency, and probably work better together, considering the rest of your crew does not know much about riot control. It is probably for the best that you stay in the barracks. Don't embarrass me.
Understood, sir. I believe that is my job to make sure of.
Well, alright. He kind of looks over and says, Adam,
Crap.
and kind of waves over, and a group of 5 soldiers kind of step over, and he says, go shore up and add extra patrols around the servers, just in case. And the guard, apparently named Adam, kind of nods, and the 5 of them, all shield and spear at their side, begin making their way out. You kind of see them go out, and then into the Grand Hall, and then into a side room that you know leads to a set of stairs. So, a few minutes go by, and you guys hear the chime of the clock tower beside the Senate building, at which it is now 8. Everyone funnels their way into the Senate floor, and the door closes. As it does, this door to the Senate room is both a magical and mechanical wonder, you could say. You cannot see much of what happens in the locking mechanisms, but you can hear at least 8, which you would assume to be very, very large steel poles, effectively, get sunk into the doors as you just hear clunk, 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 and an arcane whir as the door is shut. And it's right around the corner from you guys, so it's not very far. As the meeting starts, over the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, things seem to be very boring. You guys really have nothing to do in these barracks. There are little calls every once in a while where Joffrey seems to kind of look down and zone out for a minute and then issue a short order, and then things continue. Is there anything you guys would like to do during this time?
How do you get?
Well, you heard the lad. It is best that we behave ourselves.
What about you? I'm always trying to behave myself.
As well for myself. Really, it's more.
I don't
those two
believe a
need to be
single one
talking
of you.
to.
Anyways,
Get the locks on those.
given each and every one of our track records, I do believe that it is slightly necessary for this moment. So if we could at least look sharp and take post somewhere.
I mean, he just said to.
I'm a little out of
the captain
practice
said-
on this, you see.
The captain just said stay here, right?
And as far as looking sharp is concerned, I would be looking a bit sharper if somebody gave me more than 15 minutes of warning.
By the way, did you guys?
To be fair, I believe we were supposed to be up earlier. Edmund just didn't care.
I was up. I was simply tinkering with my weapons. I can't exactly go from oil-covered shirt into my finest dress in 15 minutes.
That's what prestidigitation is for.
Regardless, what were you saying, Lennon?
The locks on those things. Quite heavy duty. To say the
Yes,
least.
I imagine they don't want anybody getting inside.
How? In the case of an emergency, though, how would people get inside to, say, perform, for someone seeking medical attention or something?
I imagine that is probably something they've thought about.
I
Of
guess we
course, if
don't-
they have a secret back passage into the Senate floor, they aren't exactly going to go tear around telling people, are they?
No, that's fair. They wouldn't. They definitely wouldn't tell us.
Oh yeah, DM. Since I was up a little earlier, I did take the time to dress in what Edmund and I initially got on the boat wearing, which was the full
Dress.
retired military dress.
Yeah.
The dress gown. Anyways,
Okay.
the dress apparel.
As you guys are talking this, Joffrey kind of hears from across the way, and kind of steps over and says, "In case of any medical emergency, there are plenty of aids and such inside of there. There are scribes and aides and healers in there, just in case anything were to go wrong. There is also a smaller safe room on the other side of the Senate floor from here. There are some other smaller magical capabilities in case someone was in case of going into cardiac arrest or choking on a walnut. But on top of that, in any terms of magical defenses, there are many, mostly including the Senate golems."
Oh. Alright.
Speaking of golems, how long should it take the squad that Joffrey sent to go check on your service to come back?
I intended them to be a part of the patrol around there. And
I
as,
thought they were.
as of thus far, I have heard nothing from them.
Yes, I thought they were just going to check. As
Well,
the
that's good
tampering
news.
with golems was one part of the material we found. Well, I guess it was more so creating their own golems. What was in that entirety of that book, Leonard? I don't recall.
Just golem stuff in general. Mainly, looks at notes. A bunch of different schools of magic, but mainly how to program golems and how to reprogram them. With a bunch of
That would
different
be it.
spells being of note.
Joffrey's kind of looking blankly. He says, "I'm sadly not much of an arcanist myself, especially not any kind of golem magic. That is somewhat worrying. Have you discovered anything about these possible assailants?"
Oh, it's not that they're
Um,
assailants, it's more like followers of someone we've been hunting? Is that the correct term?
Well, I
Pursuing?
guess as of officially yesterday, the Inexorables have been let loose politically with any ties to anybody. So I'm sure we could give information to just about anybody.
I'll say, I thought that,
either way.
I thought that vote was happening today.
It is.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be
I
as
thought-
of yesterday.
It's yeah. Well,
Is that
as-
not what
at
fair?
the end of at
Is
the
that
end
not
of
what
today-
Lycus? Hold on. DM, is that not what Lycus said?
He's acquired the votes necessary to do so. The vote is occurring today at the Senate floor.
Ah.
So by the end of it,
Then I will
Anyway.
redact my statement and say, as of today, it's more than likely, and then whatever the hell I just said. The assailant at large happens to be vampires and vampire lords and other things, except they are not from this realm, or at least they were. But like
And then they got locked away.
a long time ago, like
I
14,000 years ago.
I wouldn't say we have the evidence to call them assailants. Again, these are just speculations on our part.
Well, the
That's
ones that we found, we have sufficient evidence that they do work for.
Well, yeah, so we know they're working with
Or
Varys,
with.
but we don't necessarily know that they're planning on assaulting the Senate meeting directly. It's just
Well,
that,
actually, we don't know if it's specifically Varys.
We don't even know if they plan to assault anything.
This seems like a gross amount of speculation in any regard.
It is. It is. We learned about this yesterday, so we're still
Yes.
processing.
but
It's just
it's
a worry in our minds.
yeah, it's concerning enough that it's pertinent to bring it up.
In all likelihood, any attack made here today would not have been planned in a day. These would have been things required to have been done nearly months ago. Or through
Well,
Hey,
Pulls out. I'm gonna pull out that shipping note and look at the date.
yeah. I also have the property notice that they purchased that house 4 months ago. So
Look-
this operation very well could have been in the works for at least 4 months.
Remember that Varys.
DM, what exactly does the? I did not. That was one thing I did not take notes of. Is on the shipping note is the order date and receiving date.
Okay, un momento. Let me double check.
I just didn't write it in my notes.
As a side note, how intense do you think the protests are going to get today, Capitan?
Hopefully not too intense.
DMs.
We are expecting fairly boisterous riots, but nothing that we shouldn't be able to handle.
That's good. I'll keep that.
Correct day. We're on the 12th.
I'll keep that to myself.
Okay. The day that those are dated, today is Peniel the 12th. Tius. That would have been on the 5th of Dalfa, so a little over a month ago.
Okay, when they received it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just going to flip the piece of paper around and hand it to him and say, "Well, sir, I wasn't exactly in Suno for our last declaration of war. Was it anything as lively?"
He kind of looks at it. Where was this?
Who has the Leopold? You have the info on the estate.
Yes. I already mentioned the estate was purchased 4 months ago. Oh, wait, no, are you talking the
Like
actual
where?
place where it was? Yeah.
Yes.
The house was in the south for Tassus.
There.
Yes.
He's kind of looking at
Well, I kind of figured you would have known the address, but
I mean, I have it in my notes. I just can't find it in my notes.
He's kind of flipping through the shipping order and says, "You said this was found in the same estate as that of these supposed books on reprogramming wards and gods."
Yes,
Yes.
and including 3 golems on their second floor.
Kind of flip through it again. This could
The entire
supply-
house was booby trapped.
This could supply a veritable small insurrection force.
Which is why we made our superior know of it immediately. He said he's passed on the word, but I don't know to whom yet, as it has only been less than 24 hours since we've stepped foot in there.
Wait,
I have
Leopold.
not yet heard about this.
What was that, Lennon?
There was another warehouse, right?
There was a warehouse near the quays, and there was an abandoned area in the bazaar. According to the property records, there was nothing there. Just an empty lot. Although, again, haven't exactly had time to go around and check it myself.
Yeah.
I was
true.
going to see about inquiring after today.
Well-
This is most worrying. Do these supposed people have any ties to the Katanit Empire?
Not as far as
I-
we're aware.
Not to know. I don't believe so.
We only have some ties to Colton Condorus, but that's about it.
Colts and Condors. He's kind of flipping through, and you see him kind of zone out for a moment, and you hear him say, "Watch for any Lightstar forged weaponry on any of the protesters. If you see any, please keep a close eye. If you see any reason to arrest them for a short period or detain them, please do so. We have a situation that may be developing." He kind
I'll
of
say, shouldn't it?
walks back.
Is it even legal for commerce to carry weapons in this area? This feels like it should be a restricted zone.
It is. But when you have 12,000 people funneling in, if people are carrying daggers or maybe a small short sword,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to be able to regulate that many with your current amount of troops. But Lightstar is a very noticeable difference in quality of weapon, and it's got like a brass hilt, a shining brass hilt. It's very quite easy to recognize
Yeah.
their maker's mark. He kind of hands back the note of the shipping order to Eurycus and says,
I wave my hand as like, we've already made a copy. Don't worry.
all right.
Keep it for your record.
He keeps it, and you see him kind of tuck it into his back pocket. At this point, a short period of time goes by, and some of the other guards that are in the room are deployed to certain quadrants as some are getting a little bit more rowdy. About an hour down the line, you see that there's kind of like a little slot in the wall, and Joffrey kind of steps over to it and pulls it open and pulls out a note and reads it. Looking through. Well, certain agreements from the last meeting have been ratified now, and it seems that your Professor Lycus has already taken the floor to speak of annexing the Inexorables. The vote passed with a 33-7 vote.
Wow.
I don't know what that means with you being here, whether you're allowed anymore, but he kind of slides it into his back pocket.
Well, we are currently being employed, so
Yes.
we are at your disposal.
Yes. You see he kind of blinks for a second. At this point, there are only 7 of the Senate guards still in the facility. Seemingly the captain, Joffrey, and his 2 sidemen, and then one more group of 4. At which point, he kind of snaps his finger at them and gives them an order to go out to another quadrant.
Shit.
Ooh boy.
So at this point, it is only you and then 3 of the last Senate guards. He says, "Not to worry, there are a few more other barracks that are not yet completely deployed. This is just the one closest to the Senate doors."
Well, as I said, we are at your disposal.
Yes. At this point, his 2 other guards seem to be like playing a card game together on the table as they've done this 1,000 times, and nothing has ever gone too awry. So, things seem to die down. Yes, Rikus?
To follow up, I believe I distracted you with the note, sir. But were you part of the Senate Guard during the last vote for war?
I was not during the Githyanki time. I was barely a city guard of Revedan at the time.
Well, here at least in Suno, this is probably my third time stepping into this city. Even given my service, I think the last time was at the end of the war. Were the crowds anything like this last time?
Well, I was not.
In comparison. Well, you were still a city guard.
Well, in Revedan, that's a completely different city.
Well, shit, now you made me look like an idiot.
Oh, he needs no help in that. He
He
needs
said-
no help in that regard.
He says, from the reports that I hear, it was also very controversial, but not nearly such as this decision. Going to war with an entire continent and us at their backs is a completely different story than challenging one of our previous estates. Even though they haven't been for nearly 180 years, it is still... There has been scuffles, there has been minor, few-month-long skirmishes that we call wars in the history book, but there has never been a true war between the old Caladrian states. This would be the first. We also have many underlying political motivations here in the Caladrian Empire. Among that, we don't know what the Dwindles will do. We do not know what Zemin will do. We know that they are currently in a quite large altercation with that of the Clovis Concord, who annexed themselves from the coast around 40 years ago. But they may try to play a hand in this war as well. We do not know. Our only true hope for a quick and peaceful outcome is a short but very bloody period of time in which a Varian steps in and decides that the kids are done playing about. That is the hope, at least. My hope. That is not the official opinion of the Senate Guard.
Of course.
I mean, it's always a good wish.
Yes. Most of you are not native to the Caladrian Empire. It is curious to see such a ragtag bunch in the Senate Guard barracks.
I think I'm the only one.
Well, I mean, I technically have full citizenship,
As a
given my...
military, yes.
Yes.
Except, but,
And,
Mine expired a while
and
ago,
as-
actually.
Well, the difference is honorable service, I should say. Glances at brother.
naturalized citizen, that doesn't make you native.
That is true. We should go back to our own country.
Still legal.
That's not what I said.
Sorry, are we getting into racism now?
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't bring up any more LA protest jokes.
Oh my gosh.
Then again, they have kind of faded by this point. That's how you can tell the time jump between the two
Between the
episodes. There has to be
sessions
3 episodes
is the
now.
fact that the memes are no longer here.
The team protests really were time, huh?
It's alright. I'll make up a fantasy organization to go up and start rounding up the Vox and putting them in concentration camps.
No!
Oh,
No!
no.
No!
I vote for the rice.
What did you say, Nate?
The rice.
The rice?
And
It's too
the
close.
camps
It's
will be
okay. It's okay.
the camps will be surrounded by alligators.
Waiting for no
no.
Owlbear Alcatraz. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Alcatraz, dear heavens. Okay.
Alcatraz.
Moving on from that, a few minutes after that, we're probably looking at the Senate's been running for a couple hours at this point. So we're pushing about 10 a.m. It's supposed to be a 4-hour meeting with a intermission for lunch and then go back in for a little bit. It's supposed to end with the vote for going to war, and during lunch the votes will be tallied and they will come back to the Senate floor with the verdict. Jimbo just entered your room. Hello, child.
Hey, Daddy. I feel with you.
Boss, child.
Huh?
I feel with you.
Amazing, boss. That's why you're the best.
Boss, you killed a kid? Amazing. That's why you're the best. So, as things continue, it just kind of settles into this calm. You guys hear the crowds outside getting slowly louder and louder. It seems that more and more people are flooding into this plaza outside. Maybe another 15 minutes go by, and Joffrey kind of goes back to checking in with a whole bunch of different groups. And he kind of blinks for a minute, says, alright, and he calls to one of the other barracks and tells like 4 or 5 squads to go and deploy to a sector. He kind of says, apparently there has been more of a riot in the D section. Rest of
Is that something we should be concerned about?
quite possibly. Let's step out into the hall. And he kind of steps out and stands by the fountain in the Great Hall for a few moments, and even from here it kind of slopes down and you can look out and you just see crowds. Thousands upon thousands of people. And you don't even have to roll perception check to see that, even though it's way away. It's just this crowd of people in the plaza in the open doors of the Senate. And as you guys stand out here looking at that, the doors, there's no one at the doors. The doors begin to close. And as they do, and they shut, everything is silent. Let me just change the music real quick.
I'm sorry, James was filling my ears there for a moment. Can you repeat the last phrase before everything was silent?
Kind of a weird.
I'm sorry, he was
I think
like,
I got
James
it.
was making a lot of noise. I was trying to pay attention and I couldn't.
So,
I think I got it, but just in case.
I think I got it, but just in case I wasn't listening.
Repeat the whole thing over again. I wasn't listening.
So as you guys were kind of looking out into the crowds, you guys kind of stepped into the hallway just to see down this grand hall. The 3 Senate guard, including Joffrey, the captain there, is standing beside you. And looking down this hallway, you can see the crowds through the front gate doors. And as you are, these doors begin to close. And as they do, you hear them latch off in the distance. And as you hear them latch, there is an eerie silence for a moment as you hear nothing. The crowds outside are completely dulled through the walls and the door. But after a moment, you seem to hear other doors closing around the building. You don't know if it's other exits to the facility or entrances that are all being closed just in case they break through the riot guards.
Remind me, we're still next to like the second in command guy, right?
Well, Joffrey, who is the captain of the Senate
Okay.
Guard, is right
I
next
just-
to you
yeah.
guys.
I just remembered we were talking to like a second command earlier. I'm going to ask, these doors are meant to be closing, correct?
Kind of says, I didn't order it.
Do you think we should go investigate your servers?
Let me make a call. And he kind of looks out for a moment. Kind of looking back. They didn't get a response immediately. One of them did respond. They seem to be doing alright. He kind of looks back and says, something's wrong. Don't know what it is. Let me check.
Would you like us?
us?
Hold on. Let me looks at list.
He
What
seems
is-
to be cycling through, making other calls. You see him seemingly hand a stone to the man right beside him, who also begins to make calls. Reports start coming back that sectors A and D are both starting to get out of control. They haven't seen anybody with weapons or any light star forge weapons, but it's getting aggressive. A few moments later, you guys all hear a hiss. Just a
Where is it coming from?
directly
Oh, boy.
behind you.
I look behind us.
You look behind you.
Hold my
towards
breath.
the doors to the Senate floor. And you hear the same sound again. Just
Those wouldn't be those doors unlocking, would it?
he kind of looks Joffrey, who's completely zoned in, seemingly communicating with others, kind of breaks out of it and kind of looks back as the door just pops open a crack.
I
I immediately radio Edmund and say, "What's the sit rep?"
You hear nothing. There is no
Fine.
response. You will also note there is no sound coming from the Senate floor.
I am going to ask Joffrey, should I try and close that door as I have the web spell, which could help? It's a question of whether we want the door open or closed.
You're saying with my passive perception, or I would immediately clock. There is no noise coming from the Senate
There
floor.
is no noise coming from it, and it's just a crack. Like, it's not open to the point where you can see into the room from where you are, but it is cracked. And if there were any noise coming from the inside, it should be leaking out at this point, and you hear nothing.
And
So
I
there is no
will-
noise coming from that building. Sorry, coming from that room.
Would you say secure?
Can I roll investigation? If not, can I roll Arcana?
So this would be more an Arcana. Investigation is like thoroughly looking into something. This would either be
That's what I thought.
Perception or Arcana.
Okay, what's my perception? Not great. Yeah, Arcana.
And to note, those with the high passive perceptions, which I am leaning credit towards, you hear nothing.
Ah!
That is
I
an
will-
unfortunate roll.
I will.
I am going to.
That's
I'm going
horrible.
to. I'm going to. Silently Rocky Talkie to specifically Lennon.
I'm gonna-
Hold on.
I'm a roll Arcana with a guidance on myself. See what
Hold on.
happened. 11.
Okay, so a total of 20.
Oh, what the?
You have modifiers, my dude.
shit.
You have expertise
Whoop.
in that skill.
Whoopsie!
You kind of look towards the door, and you're racking your brain thinking about it for a moment, and it comes to one of two conclusions. Either one, there is absolutely no noise coming from that room, which would be very strange in pretty much any situation. Or secondly, there's some form of silence in that room currently.
Digs through notes, looks through various notes. First off, I'll hand off the list of like spells to, I guess, Rikus. Of like, Rikus, run a quick check on these to see if reconfiguring them would be of any relevance in this situation. I posted it in chat. As Lynn will kind of like fish out another note, Varys's note, and just like
Glance at it.
yeah, do a quick glance. It's like anything?
Nope, nothing's there.
Nope.
I'm gonna go peek in the door.
All right. At this point, very, very swiftly, this all has happened, we're going to say in like 6 seconds, in one round of combat. As you guys say that, Joffrey also begins moving up to the door with you, Wayne. As you guys move up closer to the door, is anyone
We're
else
all
following
moving?
close behind?
I would.
Yes.
Paul is, Rikus is.
Lynn still,
I am
like,
following close behind, looking in the other direction, kind of walked like sidestepping to make sure I'm watching our rear.
I want to have my
Question.
knife out. I'll be following too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question: is like the door visible from the open area where all the crowds are?
The open area to the crowds is no longer open, so this would not be visible at this point, no.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, if people wanted to storm in here, how fast could they do it?
Probably very slowly. Those are big doors up at the front, so unless those were reopened, it would be very difficult for them to make their way here.
Lynn
What kind
is-
of
Sounds like a-
rotunda
That sounds like a
area?
very big unless. But let's try and get this door open.
Lynn's like
I'm
trying
going
to
to,
stuff in the back, so he's not following just yet.
Okay. So
as I'm looking behind, I'm also going to look up. Yeah, as I'm looking behind, I'm also going to look up, and then I'm going to kind of mention to Leopold, it's like, hey, are you still able to detect magic by chance?
Yes. Hold on.
Nate, what was your question?
We're like in a rotunda entranceway, right?
Kind of. Yeah, it's close enough to that.
So we're not in like a very like long room necessarily, but it could be kind of tall.
Yeah, the room you guys are currently in is pretty tall, as it doesn't connect in, but it's got the same roof level as that of the Senate floor, which is going to be pretty high, and the same height level of the Grand Hall, which is obviously going to have a pretty high roof.
Yeah. And I would like to go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
And what exactly radius-wise does that look like?
Within 30 feet.
Within 30 feet of you. So as you're moving closer to the door, you don't really sense much magic directly around you. Aside from your party members and a couple of the guards do light up, like their armor is slightly magical, their weapons are slightly magical. Around the room, there do seem to be minor, like, abjuration spells that seem to be, like, protection spells on some of the doors nearby, like the door to the barrack seems to have something. And as you're kind of walking in, you get closer to the Senate floor doors, and as soon as you get within 30 feet, the doors are absolutely loaded with magic that seem to be all rendered completely inert currently. And just on the other side, you recognize the magic of the silence spell.
They're silenced.
As soon as you say that, Joffrey begins to like bound towards the doors. And as he steps up next to the door,
We are following in close footsteps.
He begins pushing it open, and this is an incredibly heavy door that seems to have all of its magic rendered inert. So as he's pushing against it, he is going to be making a strength check to try and open this. Is anyone going to try to assist?
Immediately.
Okay.
I have like
I'm
9
not going to be
strength.
much use.
I need dice, and I do not have dice in here, so I will be right
My
back.
boy Edmund's locked in there.
Wait, so if it's silence and then something's disrupting the magical communication of a message.
And the magic on the door is completely broke.
So
I do have the Thunderwave spell that might be able to
My apologies.
push it.
I always forget dice when I'm doing it in here rather than the D&D room.
I'll say, question, Zach. I'm gonna go ahead and read off the text of the Thunderwave spell, and I want to ask how applicable this would be in this scenario. So, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell effect.
That would help. I will say that that's going to give him a major bonus and advantage on this.
Okay. Do you guys think it's worth it for me to do that? Because it would cost me a spell slot?
Or we can all be helping pushing and
You see,
pulling.
I have a -1 to strength.
I was gonna
So
say,
this is
Ah.
kind of the
three
only way
these
I can
guards
help.
have high strength, so they're all going to be pushing up against
Yeah.
this.
This is kind of the only way I can help.
Okay. So you're going
Well.
to be attempting to cast Thunderwave.
Well, I was wondering what else everybody else would be able to do to see if it was worth it for me to do Thunderwave.
I could bless.
That
about it.
would help. Although, I'll say you wouldn't necessarily need to bless. You could just do guidance.
Yeah, if you're
Roll.
going to be casting any spells, do it now. Or for a
I'll-
couple of your pieces.
I'll guidance the captain.
Go guidance to the captain.
I think I will hold off for the time being.
Okay.
If they don't get enough
I mean,
here, then no.
I guess the blood hunters will activate their blood hunter thingies.
This is last call. If you're activating something, do it now. Are you trying to activate something, Nate? Nope. Okay.
Would just
Okay,
help in this
fine.
situation.
Yeah, well, I'll go all in. In that one action, I'll be able to do bonus action. 1 turn, bonus action. I'll do the bonus action, go into full blood form,
Okay.
and
So you look like a
and
demon.
activate right.
Yeah.
Venom.
Tentacles.
Yep, and I'm
Definitely
prepping
not
my
a
crimson rights and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
As these 3 guards press against this door, it creaks and groans against the marble floors just inside. And as this slowly opens, you see a dimmed, not dark, environment just inside, almost as if some of the lights have gone out here. And the first thing you see is we're going to move to the map. As you are all going to place yourselves up at the front door. As you guys step into this madhouse, I would like you guys to roll initiative.
Yay!
Say, hey Zach.
wait, where on the madhouse are we?
Up here at the very
North.
top.
North, which is actually south, according to DM rules.
We have to place ourselves.
Say, I don't think I can like just drag a token out.
Negative.
Oh, there I am.
Any
Man, I don't even know where I
16.
started to drag one out.
That should be everybody. Yeah.
Just my initiative.
Let me see. Do you have me?
Oy.
Alright. Not the worst initiative.
Oh
Alright.
dang! Can I use my character sheet yet? Let's see.
Jay, just
I'll
go
say-
ahead and do all your rolls on D&D Beyond. I'll have
Like,
it pulled up in a separate tab.
All right, sweet.
You can't. Can you just like
That's-
double click on your token?
Maybe. Let's see.
I cannot.
I was about to say the golem reprogramming was either going to be used on the protests outside or the Senate inside.
Honestly, I was betting on senators, and I was thinking it was or not senators. I was betting on protests, and I thought they were gonna like massacre all the protesters.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna go, because Zach's been watching a lot of Andor.
You forget.
Well, there's
I've had this in my
Edmund.
books for 6 months.
I'm over here just
Middle
like
size.
Staring in my
clocking.
soul.
While we're starting combat, and I have a chance to
By
do
the
this, I'm
way,
gonna return to
Yeah. While that's setting up, I'm gonna put this bowl in the sink.
by the way, I guess I'll wait for both of them to get back.
Yeah, we shall wait.
But I guess I will empty out my trash real quick. But I have a wireless headset.
Nice.
By the way, is low on battery, which might mean it might die randomly. Watch it be during my
There's
turn.
a metric fuckload of people in this initiative.
Yes, what I'm about to say is if you hover over the tokens, friendlies and neutrals, you can see the name of. Also, friendlies are green, neutrals are yellow, and enemies are red.
Yeah, I'm yellow. I'm marked as yellow, Zach.
Damn, dude. We want to talk about. Oh, actually,
the
hold
problem.
on.
Wait, I can move myself.
Hold
up.
on.
It's weird.
He's
Hey,
showing
is-
friendly according to-
Hey, Zach, is his player token marked as a player character sheet and not NPC?
Why is my thing?
What's up?
It's not rolling.
And why do I have slime on me? How do I get rid of that?
What do you mean slime on you?
I have a slime effect on me in my top left corner. I don't know what that is, and it's not in any of the assigned status effects tab. It's fine. I guess I'm slimy.
I do not know why your character is doing this.
Yeah.
Do that. You still can't access your character.
You know, I got down here and then I realized I left something upstairs.
I can roll a charisma thing, but I can't roll initiative.
Can't roll initiative.
Yeah, I thought my rolling was just broken, but I just rolled a charisma ability check just fine. But when I'm on initiative, and I try to roll a public roll, how about advantage? Nope.
I'm going through and making sure everyone who's supposed to be marked friendly or neutral is marked correctly, because a lot of these minis used come automatically marked as hostile.
Ah, did I miss anything?
Hey!
Welcome!
He finally rolled and he got a 20! Oh my gosh, Thomas the Tank Engine just tried to run me over, dude.
What's that?
Kills all 30. Kills all 40 senators.
Dude, what in the fucking update? Where did that come from?
I don't know, man. Tell me. Okay.
I just
Who
rolled
put
it
Thomas
manually.
the tank engine?
Damn, Zach, you weren't kidding that you literally named all of these guys.
Yes, I named every single one. And they are correctly named, and I will be marking them off as they die in a separate Word document.
Dang.
Well, we gotta save the senators, guys.
Let's see. Pretty much
Damn it,
all
no.
of... Actually,
Come on.
all of the aides and scribes are already dead.
Oh.
And it appears that we have 3...
This is a huge combat.
A lot of these seem to be civilians.
5... Looks like we've got like 7 or 8 already dead, possibly more.
Zach, are you just gonna murder in front of innocent
guess.
people in front of us and make it so we can't do anything about it? Because that's a little, this
It's
is
not
a
like
little
you can't
mean.
do anything. Anyway,
Wait,
Shut up.
where is like
Fireball!
Thomas, what were you gonna say?
What I already told half the party, which was if you hover over tokens, friendlies are green, neutrals are yellow, and enemies are red. However, the friendlies and neutrals, you'll be able to see their name. So obviously, our boy Edmund is over here towards the middle.
Oh dear.
I wonder who that guy in the very center is. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, that's Senator.
Wayne,
That's Senator
you
Lamont now?
supposedly- Oh, did you just roll a d20
Wait.
as your initiative? Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
have- I have to manually put in your initiative then.
Oh, okay.
Give me a
I
second.
tried
that in the middle.
times to roll initiative, didn't roll it. Wait,
I just
Wait.
rolled it for you because I can't change it until you've rolled. But I can automatically change you to the 22 that you rolled,
oh, okay.
which would put you 3rd in initiative.
Hell yeah.
So, first in initiative, as you guys enter in, I would like perception checks from everyone. As I am
Walks
also going to place the 3 Senate guards in front of you guys as they entered into the room.
Walks
First, as
in
they
with
were pushing them.
in hand to room on fire.
There is no fire, not yet.
To room filled
Guys,
with
always roll terribly. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done.
Oh dear heavens.
It's so good.
5.
Okay, so what's our highest roll here?
I
Not
think it's
me.
my 17.
Dang. I think this is the only group that I've ever been a part of that it's been consistent that our highest roll isn't above a 20.
Okay, so
It's very sad.
Leopold, I'm gonna give you all of this information. So, what you immediately clock is that immediately to the right and left of the door there seems to be golems, and you can tell that with your detect magic active, they're not quite within 30 feet, but you can almost track the center of this silence effect. It is coming from these golems. They are silencing anything within 30 feet of them. Secondly, you see a metric boatload of senators running around like chickens with their heads cut off. There is no weapons and no like magical items allowed in here. Well, not no magical items. Very, very few. And most importantly, as you step into this room, you know that pretty much anyone who stepped into this room before you guys was specifically checked for certain things. And they were effectively given like a ring to wear while in the Senate. They're all silenced currently, obviously, by the radius. You don't know exactly what's going on, but as you step into this room, no one seems to be fighting back. Whether they're incapable or just in a panic attack, you cannot tell. But very, very few people seem to be making any kind of stand. There are some guards and aides and scribes around who, like some of the guards, had weapons on them, and it seems like some of the senators have attempted to gather the weapons that the guards had on them. But they are very few and far between. So as we step into this combat, and last thing, Lycus is currently on the podium in the center of the room.
I was wondering who that was. His name wasn't showing up for me.
It'll show up now.
It does indeed show up. And so that is not how I've been spelling it, but that does make more sense phonetically. I've been spelling it like Lychus.
I've been doing LAIKUS.
Y'all
Anyways.
appeared. So we start with Senator Davin Oyevri. Yeah. Who is going to use his action to dash towards this door here. As he gets to the door, this appears to be the safe room that was mentioned by Joffrey. And he begins pressing up against it. He does not have his action this turn. So, next in initiative. Senator Greylor Sarhorn. He is going to move towards the edge of the room. He only has a 50-foot movement on a dash. Wayne, we are to you.
Can't see the fucking map.
As you have begun to enter the room, Wayne, you can hear nothing. You are silenced
I
currently.
will. I'll
Until,
say.
unless
I will
you
let
back up or move
everybody
forward.
know.
What's Leopold?
I will let everybody know that the silence is coming off the golems.
Okay. So yeah, before everyone steps into the silence, you hear the silence is coming from the golems.
I thought I was Gucci, but I'm not Gucci. So apparently I don't have what I thought I had. So...
Throws a bottle of holy cum.
I'm currently all dripped out.
Deals no damage to the golems.
Man, I'm sure I'm glad that 2 of our party members.
Well, do we know if the
Shadowcats are
golems are enemies yet? We don't know who enemies are yet.
That's
Well,
true. We gotta wait till
golems don't have
somebody dies.
names, so therefore they're enemies.
Well, we know the
Uh,
silence spell's coming off of them.
I want to roll insight to figure out what the fuck I'm looking at.
Okay, you get your 1 free ability check.
Smart.
18.
Hog.
18. As you're looking around, you can't quite tell. Due to your base level insight, you're looking around, and around each of the golems, there are at least 1 or 2 dead bodies. And you do see that upon their fists that seem to have like these spikes that go out from them and one singular blade that jots out from the backside of their wrist, it is bloodied. These golems are definitely killing people currently.
Cool.
Secondly, you do see some bodies who seem to have been killed by not golems. But there's senators running around, and some of them do have weapons. Whether they brought them in from the beginning, whether it be illegally or maybe they got it verified, or they picked it up from a guardsman who was here in the Senate floor during, their meeting. Regardless, you don't know who's friend and foe when it comes to the humanoids, but when it comes to the golems, you're pretty damn certain that at least the 2 closest to you are not looking friendly right now.
You know what really sucks is I did not make any notion to connect my Rocky to whatever to the captain.
So is the green?
So we can't communicate with him.
Range of the silence.
Yes, the green is the range of the silence. I wanted that to be out there from the start.
Okay. I'm gonna run in a straight line until I can hear things.
Okay. As you run out, you get 30 feet. The right side of your body, your right ear, immediately begins to hear blood-curdling screams from bodies on the ground. As you're getting closer, you see there's probably like 3 to 5 within immediate visual range that are moaning and screaming, just these terrified wails around you. You see Lycus pointing to you from the podium, but whatever he said, seemingly he said before you got out of the silence, not realizing you were in it. It seems that Lycus has not yet recognized a silence is pretty much surrounding him inside of this room. This music we need.
Aw. Yeah.
I was
Okay, you're
enjoying
right.
enjoying the horn, but okay.
I
No,
was
I'm just
enjoying
kidding.
I was
the
too,
horn
but-
like this setting.
That horn was going. This horn was going off.
All right, then silence doesn't affect concentration, correct? Because it's not an magic. So as long as I have it out, even if I move closer to them again, or they move closer to me, it won't affect. Correct?
That is correct.
All right. Then, in that event, I am going to activate Aura of Life.
Okay. Leaning your face out of the silence to where you can hear you speak your verbal incantation, and the radiant magic emanates around you.
Which I don't know exactly who's friend or foe, but if there's any little people that don't look like they would be bad people, I'm just going to assume they're good people and allow it to affect them.
Okay, will do.
Any
Aura of Life. They have resistance to necrotic damage. Your hit points maximums cannot be reduced. An ally with 0 hit points starts its turn in the aura. They regain 1 hit point. Got it. No one in your emanation is currently unconscious. The only one within the emanation that you put out is dead. which is this one here. I believe.
What about the dudes on the top over here? If I can even remember how to ping. Over here.
Those dudes are dead. Their bodies are crumpled into sacks of meat on the floor.
Okay.
Can't heal that.
Well, you can revivify it.
And then bonus action, I'm going to Starlight Step to here.
Okay, where is the unconscious? There is actually one within 30 feet of you who is currently unconscious.
Alright, then on whatever would be their next turn, if they don't have a turn, then you can make an immediate or arbitrarily decide when their turn would have been.
Let me
however you want to do
toggle
that.
his combat state again and roll initiative for him.
Okay.
He actually rolled fairly high. Alright, so, by the way, that is a little raised, where you currently are. So, Oh, you teleported, correct?
Yeah, I teleported.
Okay.
I Starlight Stepped.
My apologies, I was kind of zoned out trying to make him unconscious. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's action, bonus action.
Alright, sick. We now have the Senator Laurent Iratath, who is kind of in a bad spot, but is going to attempt to run up to get onto the stage. He is going to run. He can get 30, and then... So he can get up onto the stage with a dash action. Next, we have the Senator Gregory Marovich. Now, I am going to check some field of views. Wayne, what is your passive perception?
21.
21. Okay. No one else really has any angles on what's going on back here. Give me a moment. So, Wayne, you see barely from the corner of your eye, you see one of the senators off in the corner beside one of the golems. He doesn't seem very fazed by what's occurring right now. And you see him calmly move behind one of the other senators, directly behind him. And you see him pull out this nasty looking curved dagger, seemingly from thin air, as though he's not even pulling it from a holster or a scabbard. It just appears in his hand. And as he does, in complete silence, as they are currently in the silent, he is going to stab this other senator in the back. I am going to go for the attack.
Et tu, Brute?
Et tu, Brute.
Oh my god.
What is... Jude is sadly a commoner with a 10 AC, so it doesn't even matter that I rolled low.
Oh. Jude.
Many people do not wear armor to Senate meetings, surprisingly.
No, Jude.
That is... As you see this man, the senator that you do not recognize, as you are not very well versed in the Galadrian Senate, step up behind Jude, make a strike into the small of his back, and then slit his throat, seemingly immediately killing the senator.
Ugh.
Not knocking unconscious, immediately killing. So the Senator Jude Cromwell has been slain. And he, after that, calmly steps just outside of the silence. Next, we have... Which senator is this? Okay, down here in the silence. He being grouped up with a group of other senators, is going to step just outside of the silence and then take the dodge action, attempting to stay in a group. Now the senator, who is within your 30-foot aura of life, just barely.
Whoa.
10, 20, 30. That's actually kind of cool.
That is a neat effect.
A lot of particle effects. Barely within 30 feet is going to be raised to 1 hit point immediately, as he is no longer unconscious.
I decided to try and cast it to see if it would do that, and it did do that.
It did do that. He is raised to 1 HP and is thoroughly bloodied, as he is kind of messed up currently.
Which one?
This one right here.
Alright.
And this senator over here. Yeah, those guys are dead. Those guys are dead. Okay.
I think so.
So, the next Guardian is going to move with a 40-foot movement speed. Moving up beside the senator over here. I'm also going to move this to right on top of him, so that silence moves with him. And he is going to make a pair of rend attacks against the Senator Hadov Farora.
Are we able to clock this at the door?
You guys see way out, so it's hidden behind the stage, which is raised about 10 feet, not absorbently. But you see this statue, nearly 20 feet tall, slide over and seemingly raise its fist and strike down at something.
Wayne, have you communicated anything to us?
No.
Not as of yet.
Cool.
So that is 2 hits.
To handle this.
I'm curious. What?
I haven't really learned anything more or done anything
Whoa.
more than what Leo already said.
Okay, so this golem steps up, and you see Wayne. You're kind of the only one who can even kind of see this. You can't perfectly see. You just see the like blue cloak of a senator seemingly look up towards this golem as it steps up, making a first strike, and the body just disappears as it is pummeled into the ground. First strike knocking it unconscious, and the second strike seemingly killing him on impact.
At that point, I'm just going to go, holy shit, that senator got pulped.
Damn.
Over comms? That's
Yeah.
that's what you say over comms?
Yep.
Holy shit, that senator just got pulped!
I mean, it's not wrong.
No,
You know, I'm
it is
kinda-
not.
I'm kind of glad that didn't link up with the Senate Guard's radios now.
Okay. So the next senator, seeing this aura
Well-
of life emanate out from you, is going to step out. Why can I not move you? Oh, because I'm in the wrong menu currently. As he steps out, Wayne, he kind of yells at you, trying to get your attention, and then points at the other red-robed man just to his current left, over here, and is completely fumbling over his words, but seems to be insinuating he killed the guy who you just revived. With your previous 18 insight, you get that. He's completely fumbling over his words. His jaw seems to be like kind of dislodged, making it difficult for him to speak. You also recognize that this is someone with like the notorious golden hair of either the royal family or one of its connected families. So this is a very important man with a very broken jaw currently.
The guy that's making the funny noises.
Yeah, the guy
that
who's
I
making the funny noises pointing over here. Senator Garrett Caladron. And then he is going to move a little bit closer to you and end his turn.
College rock. It's important.
Next, the senator.
And the guy we're staying with.
Some of these senators have some hilarious names, by the way. As Senator Mozibo Magmagrog.
Magmagrog.
The Dimwius.
Magmagrog. Yeah, no, some of these guys have crazy names. He's
know what that
going to
lump did.
move over and onto the stage, trying to get up and on some kind of high ground. We have the first of our Senate Guard, who immediately moves to the nearest golem, clocking that it's got blood on its hands. He is going to step over towards it and make a pair of attacks with his greatsword. This one does not have a shield, he merely has a greatsword. Those are 2 hits. 11, 7, 8, 26 points of damage. My quick maths are failing me. He comes up, makes 2 quick strikes, and he does not really have a bonus action to use as of yet. Passing on to next in initiative, we have Senator Yolori Famiz, who is standing up near the door and is going to make a bolt for it. Making the 20-foot run, being a halfling, is going to get an attack of opportunity as she steps out of the range of the shield guardian.
Oh no!
That is a natural 18 to hit.
Ooh.
And they die.
Almost certainly.
Barely still standing as Yolori, not a halfling, my apologies, but a dwarf, I believe, has a little bit of a higher hit point pool, and does survive the strike, severely bloodied, barely stepping just through the doorway, not yet quite out of the silence. Rikus, this dwarf woman just sprints out of there, gets fucking clocked in her back by this just massive sentinel statue, and gets thrown forward, quickly getting up and sprinting just outside of the door, not yet out of the silence, is just right in front of you as your turn begins.
Yikes.
No.
Question.
Answer.
Wayne used the Rocky Talkie. Did I hear his Rocky?
Yes, that is all mental. Silence only silences actual sound.
Okay. Then I know that Edmund was probably just too preoccupied. I'm going to very quickly say, Edmund, who friend and who foe? Obviously golems.
You get a response, golems, and I don't fucking know which one. I think there's 2 or 3 hidden in here.
I look behind me at Leopold and go, golems. Golems.
Get that shit out.
Anyways. Trying to decide.
I've already used all of my extra stuff, right? Since I've talked and
You've made a ability check, so outside of your reaction, you don't really have any utility at this point.
Okay.
Alright, I move 10 feet.
My question was going to be, can I point? Or is that part of the whole talking part?
I will allow you to have been pointing. You already kind of had the one senator pointing over at that guy, and now there's 2 of you kind of pointing at him. I won't make you use a reaction for that.
Okay. I'm just pointing at that dude.
There's too much shit in my way to be able to see you, but okay.
There's nothing.
I move
There's not really a lot in between you and him, but also there's bigger things.
chairs and people. Yes. I'm going to immediately assist this guard. Moving 10 feet in and then 15 feet to the side. I just need to make sure. Fuck, everything verbal is not usable.
That is correct.
Wow.
Fuck.
Which
That
is
got picked up really well, Zach.
what up?
Every pop. Impressive. Sorry.
Oh, that the mic picked those up. Damn. Okay.
Yes.
That was a loud one. I didn't think it was that loud.
Hold on. I will redact that previous statement and moving 15 feet. I did not realize the spell I was going to cast is verbal. Anyways,
You have to pretty much restart your whole movement.
okay, I was right there.
All of my spells are verbal. Except one.
Now, let me just measure out. I can move there. Wait, where's the... Zach, what's the button? Zach Henson, what was the button that makes you do the...
The rotate? What button do you want?
Like the where you can like put a point
Space.
in your measurement? That was not what I wanted to do. But anyways.
No, it's click, hold, drag space. Right?
That is also not what I wanted to do.
I don't know what you're fucking smoking, but I am going to then use my bonus action to teleport to the stairs.
Okay.
So
the shadow step to the stairs.
Yep, I am shadow stepping to the stairs. I've used one of those. From here, I can see where they're pointing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously.
Yeah. As
Okay,
you're running
well-
up, you see two people pointing over at this red hooded man just off the stage.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn and clock that guy and just fucking fire around into him. The revolver of warning. So obviously I told you I use my crimson, right? Revolver of warning is the one that has it. Well, really, it's just a revolver +1 now, but target.
As you look over, you see this. This is a tiefling man set off to the side.
I'm assuming a 31 hits.
A 31 does hit.
Okay. I get my extra 1d6 of lightning damage. $23 damage.
23 damage. Okay.
That was my first strike. I'm assuming he's not dead.
He is not dead, no.
Motherfucker. Well, we're gonna do that again. Attack. Does a 22 hit?
As you're aiming your rifle, you see this like magical field appear in front of him, and your bullet just pings off of it.
Son of a bitch. Anyways, that's my bonus action, and movement. And then and my free action, I'm going to speak to Edmund one last time. I love politics. He knows I hate it. He knows I hate politics.
I hate politics. You have best grammars too. Leopold.
I loves politics.
Yeah, I thought it would be a boring day.
My turn then?
Yes, sir, Leopold.
Alright,
Ayo.
two questions, GM. One, actually, yes, 3 questions. If I were standing just to the right of Sakir, would I be able to cast a spell, or is that enough inside silence that I wouldn't be able
You
to?
would be able to, but if you're casting something that's concentration, you should probably just cast it before getting in there.
I'm not. The second question is, if I were right there, would I be able to target right here, or is the wall too much in the way?
I'd say the wall would be in the way. If we're looking at...
Fair enough.
you
Thought I'd ask.
You're pretty much looking down
Yeah.
into the wall to do that. So you
Yeah.
could cast it
See-
here, right on the fountain. Just one block over.
The
See, that's why I
problem with
thought I
casting it
couldn't
as an
cast Hunter's Mark.
I'd say the problem with casting it on the fountain is that the spell is a 10-foot radius, and so wouldn't be able to hit the both of them because that's 15 feet away from one of the golems. Then the other thing I was going to say was, how does casting heat and metal interact with these constructs?
Well, they do not appear to be.
Fuck around and find out.
There does appear to be metal parts of them, particularly their blades are metal, but it does appear that most of the body is made of stone.
So you said they're blades. I'm assuming that if I were to cast heat and metal on one of them, I guess A, they would take damage, but also B, anybody they would hit might take extra fire damage.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit. There's no technical rules in that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, because I say if I cast heat and metal on one of them, that would be a free 2d8 damage every turn that they could basically do nothing against.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll say it'll deal an
Because-
extra d4 damage on every strike.
Yeah, because I was thinking either doing that or trying to teleport one of the golems just out of the way. But I guess A, that requires them failing a con save, and I don't know what their con score is. And B, that's also I don't know how good of angles I'll have on that. So I think what I'll end up doing is I will move 10 feet forward. And I assume I have range on this golem,
Yes,
or line of sight on this golem, rather.
Absolutely.
Alright, I am casting heat metal on that golem, and I wonder if I'm going to get a little effect for that. I'm trying to remember how I pull up, like, the little... Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. How do I pull up the... Select? I want to pull up, like, little combat drop-down. Oh,
That's
there it
a
is.
Thomas question. I also don't know this application from the player's view, like, at all. I have not used it
Fair
from the
enough.
player's view, so...
It has my first level spells up. Can I pull up my second? There it is. Alright. Okay, I want this target you.
I'm back. Anyways, what is the question?
Jeez, that's a lot of
Nothing.
cookies.
That is actually not cookies. That is cake.
Oh my
Didn't
god.
bring
I
me
just
in?
okay. There's my combat HUD.
Damn.
Well,
Cast
James was
spell.
invited to his
No.
friend, his best buddy's birthday party.
I can't
So,
tell.
and-
It doesn't look like that heat metal cast.
And yes, Zach, it was the black kid that we met that they met at.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, they've gone on a couple play dates, and
Sick.
James
Alright.
was like basically the only kid.
Really
It is
That was
attached
invited.
to his body.
Like
He
that?
physically cannot drop it.
Anyways.
okay, that's what the heat metal save is for. So he takes
What-
2d8
what was-
fire damage.
Or heat metaling a golem.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the question that
Figured it out.
someone?
Let it pass by. We figured it out.
Okay,
Additional bonus. Let me remember my arcane firearm bonus. With jar, cannon, arcane firearm. Okay, so I get to add an extra 1d8 to this because of my arcane firearm. 8 roll. That is 13 fire damage.
Sick.
With my bonus action, I will shoot with my Eldritch Cannon. Left click T to target. Okay. I don't think. Oh.
I can't wait for
No,
players to just remain outside of combat field.
21 to hit.
21 to hit. 21 does hit.
Alright. Damage. Normal. 12 damage.
12 damage. Alright. Same guy?
Yeah. Same guy. And then, I guess I did... he is pushed 5 feet back. Would that technically mean he is now trampling this senator, or?
So these golems have a feature, unmoving sentinel. They cannot be moved by normal or magical means.
How does that interact with a vortex warp, just for future's sake?
So I'm gonna say like pushed or shoved. Moved by magic, like teleportation, will still
Okay.
go through. But like if you're pushing them,
Alright.
like Eldritch Blast, throwing them into a wall, that's not gonna work.
Okay. So I have moved 10 feet. I will now move my remaining 25 to get right here.
Okay.
Well, actually, do I want to do that? Because I mean, I kind of put. I'll risk it. I won't have shield, but I can surely take 1 turn's worth of damage. Surely.
To the initiative.
I
Disappear,
don't
you're
know.
Right below Rikus.
Is it? Am I disappeared because it's my turn?
No.
Oh, I still see him.
I'll put you back where you were.
Yeah. Also, how do I? Also, I'll say I was above
Leopold had a
Linen.
17.
I know. I have to
but-
re-roll it before I can change it to what it
How?
was.
How do I end my turn?
You don't. I do.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Your turn is done. We have moved on to the Shield Guardian's turn. This is the Shield Guardian all the way down here.
Oh.
Yes, Zach. It looks like the one who is currently acting is not on the roulette. The roulette on the side is. Oh, okay. Now I can see it. Did you move it? I think the UI was cutting it off.
I think the UI has automatically cut off the visibility of some of these. I'm going through and trying
You
to mark
have
them
too
as
many
visible.
You just have too many characters in this combat.
Apparently, you should
Yep.
be able to see everything now. Everything should be toggled visible.
No.
Anyway, so moving 20 feet, I'm over to Senator Parpas Junt. We're gonna make a pair of attacks. Both of which hit, I believe. 16. Yes, we have 2 hits. Yeah. Same
Oh,
as
hey, if you
before.
hold
Yes, Thomas.
boys, if you hold the Alt button, it highlights all the tokens.
Neat.
Nice.
Again, this golem coming up. First strike, knocking him to the ground. Second strike, killing him while he's down.
Ooh. So what's the casualty rate looking like for this one, guys?
50%.
Pretty.
Let's just say
I like those
high.
Lennon, you're up.
Honestly, did you guys not take one look at the room and were like, yeah, this is gonna suck?
This is gonna be a bad day.
You saw the look at the room and be like, so this is gonna be 3 sessions of combat.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's
DM
more. All these people are dying. They're dead. Sorry.
All right, I'm a medic. DM, give me a quick update. Who looks the most injured? Or
Everyone
looks-
close enough for you to get to is fucking dead. Everyone else like hasn't been touched yet.
okay. I will.
The person most injured is the senator right beside you.
Yeah.
That's the only
I-
one who's alive and still, hurt.
Yep. I'll toss a healing potion over to her. Just take that out of my inventory.
Okay. Will do.
Oh, I meant to do that.
Let me mess with my inventory real quick to reflect that. Well, that's fine and dandy. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun for later. That's a Massacre tool, mystery Massacre tool we will get to later. As I will begin to move. Let's move 1, 10, 15 feet. What is... Ah, jeez. Could I do a quick insight check on the like the Golem Leopold attacked? See how that's faring.
It is barely hurt. Like, you can just see from the outside. It hasn't been touched before you guys got here.
Yeah. Okay. These things are probably magically powered. Would this be a case of their power sources elsewhere? Probably not. Actually, can I do that? Can I do a quick check to see if there's a quick way to shut these down?
Make me an Arcana check.
Much.
I'll give you advantage since you read Dream books.
Oh, pretty nice.
Okay. So, with a 26, very high roll. To shut them down, while they are, active in this regard, is not impossible to do it, like, on their back or whatever. But it requires a very high Arcana check. And it is also going to require the prying off of their back piece of armor.
Oh, okay.
Or getting a big enough hole into the back of their helmet.
Okay.
You can access control panels to where you could shut it down if you rolled a high enough Arcana.
Right. Well,
But that's going to be a full last turn of shit to disable one of these guys.
That's gonna. I mean, I'll at least relay that information. It's like technically possible. Good luck, boys. As Lennon will. Actually, no. I'm just gonna fire off stun bolts from here.
Okay.
Let me do it. This is not the correct inventory attributes. Features. There we go. Don't use a key point here. That's damn. Nope. What? Very fun. Okay, we do this manually then. Radiant Sunbolt, 1d200 with 7, I believe. Yep. Forgot how. Alright, first. Nope, that's the incorrect symbol. Alright, first attack on. Let me target. On this golem right here.
Okay.
Here we go. Targeting tool. Alright, first attack going out.
That is a hit. Go ahead and make your second attack before you roll damage.
Second attack. 12.
That is sadly a miss.
Unfortunate. Rolling one instance of damage. I think it's a D6
It is a D6
plus 4.
plus 4 currently, yes.
I think I can just do this.
7 points of damage. Alright.
Yep.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do this turn?
I believe I can. So that's my. Fuck it, I'm a flurry here for 2 more attacks.
Alright.
So let's feature here. Use. What? I'm 15 feet away and might. Okay, sure. Hold on. D&D Beyond is being wonky. Alright. Rolling again. 13.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
That does
Okay, what? Okay, nice. And then 1d6. I'm just gonna slash. Boop. 10
Nice.
damage. Alright. Other than that, I've moved 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh well. Yeah, whatever. I'll end here. The same distance. Took a weird route. Just calculates the same.
Okay.
Just ignore the whatever. But anyways, that's my turn. Yep.
Next Thunder, down by the door, is going to dash over and also begin pushing against this door. And I'm going to actually report a couple strength checks from Tabris and anyone else who goes to that door. The Shield Guardian right beside you guys that you guys have kind of been wailing out on. As this one is sitting here, you see it kind of arch its shoulders back, its blade still out, just burning. Does that damage happen on their turn or on your turn?
I believe it is on my turn, because I believe I require a bonus action to activate it, but I will very quickly double check.
It is activated on your turn, but they take additional damage at the start of their turn.
So, hold on. So it is, any creature within physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
Okay. So no damage on their
Oh.
turn. Got it.
Yeah. Although I will admit, I think I'm using the Legacy version. Yeah, I'm using the Legacy version, so there could be a difference between Legacy and 24.
It's alright. Whatever you're using, we'll go with. So his blade is still out. You see a portion of its chest kind of seemingly detach, and as it opens up, you see these like pair of almost what look like mini guns inside of its chest. But rather than firing bullets as though you guys would expect, in a cone coming out from its chest, this weird like film or gas shoots out and this red light appears. And as that happens, this whole area is lit up red. I'm going to mark that real quick. From him, we have a 30-foot cone, which is... Where are we going to put this 30-foot cone? We're going to put this 30-foot cone right here, barely catching Linda's part of it, along with a handful of others. And we're going to mark this guy red. Update. I need from you, Linen, and the 3 others inside of this to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. I guess I can't deflect missile on this, huh? Oh boy.
Is that a spell?
No. This is a feature.
Damn.
Rolling. 11.
11 as your total?
Yep.
Okay. The one closest to him is a success. Surprisingly, a success from that guy. And the one beside you is a failure. So the ones on the edge are failures, the 2 close to him are successes currently. As this goes out, this like weird film kind of shoots out before being activated as soon as these red beams shoot out from it. And the film begins like grabbing at your legs. And as it does, you are restrained as your skin is almost like turning into stone, as this stone is just being solidified around your legs and going up your body. So that is both for you
That's
and the
fun.
guy beside you. Where
You know, I
is-
didn't expect to be turned into an Earth Genasi today.
Where is the restraint?
I say to the senator right next to me.
Restrained. Okay, and you are also restrained. Along with that, there is a small amount. Actually, no, there is no damage with this, right? Yeah, there is no damage with this. My apologies. However, this golem almost goes into like a sentry mode as soon as he does this, and so completely is focusing on this, almost as if he's concentrating on it.
Fog.
Next up, we have Shield Guardian 4, who is going to step over here, and step up right behind what you guys recognize as a familiar face, as the Senator Svariam Lukar is attempting to get out of the silence.
It's a boy.
Why are you
Oh no!
Why are you marking this over and over, Wayne?
Because it's not centered.
What do you
The
mean
OCD
not centered?
silence bubble.
Same with down here.
The silence bubble hasn't been moved.
Oh, I have to move both. I'm sorry.
Same with down lower.
Bruh. There we go.
Tom, shut the fuck up. This is a lot to remember what's going on, okay?
You know, you could actually go to the. Never mind.
I tried to figure out how to attach an area of effect to this guy, and I couldn't. So, fuck me, and fuck you.
I told you to watch the YouTubes.
Yeah. Thomas, look at my schedule. Tell me what time I have to spend 5 hours to figure out how this app works.
In the words of a long lost meme, ain't nobody got time for that.
No time for that. This one is also seemingly going to open up its chest cavity and release this little film. So centered on him, we are going to have a 30-foot cone. Yeah, I think we like that right there.
Just dodging both of them.
Just barely. So I have to roll 5 con saves for these guys.
Well,
So let's start with Severium Lukar. Failure. Talon Travell. Failure. Jeffrey Gorget. Failure. Howard Fentus. Success.
let's go.
Senate Guard 1, Natural 1.
Oh boy.
So all of these are considered restrained, with only Howard Fentus escaping it. Yeah, Leopold is
The
barely
power of
dodging
Fent.
both of these guys.
Ugh.
Next up is this senator, who is, as he is now in sentry mode, is not making attacks of opportunity and is going to escape out the door. Next in line, we have Lucius Shade, who seemingly, for the no one who can really see him, has seemingly picked up a short sword from a guard and is going to attempt to attack the senator beside him. Rolling for that, single attack is
Why would he
a
do
miss. That is his turn. Next, where is the one I am currently on?
I'm coming up. Only 10 more people.
Okay, he's up here, and he is not restrained. He is also going to move, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he is also going to get out. Now, for the altercation that nobody's really able to see except for possibly Wayne, this dragonborn over here Wayne, I'm gonna go and have you roll for this, because this is a little far for you. You might be able to see some of this. I know your passive's pretty high, but I don't think I'm gonna give it to you off your passive, but I am gonna give you the opportunity to roll an active. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it's not that much higher than your passive. all you see is the back flared head of this Dragonborn, who seemingly just got swung at by another senator, turn around, and you see what appears to be like an arcing black blade made of shadow as he swings down at the person behind him.
Senator Lucius, no! Damn, dude, you think the senators would be higher than level 1?
The senators are mostly politicians. As you know, the word.
Oh, then they're fine.
Links to. A couple of them have some combat experience, but most of them are old, retired. Both strikes hit. So.
Where the hell's my bard?
Where the hell is my bard? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
He's not in this city. He's on the away teams.
Oh, I didn't mean that bard, but that's funny. Can you imagine if the away team just busts in through the windows?
13, 18.
Nah, they just teleport in the middle of
the
it.
Consequence of these actions, Wayne, but you see a pair of strikes that appear to be lethal come down upon the senator.
Does he fall over?
He falls over, so you see like the tufts of his hair just fall down, and you see a strike towards him while he's on the ground. Okay. Next is Shield Guardian 7, who is going to move up here. 15 AC. That health pool should be a lot lower. Sometimes you look at things and are like, you know, this isn't quite how it should be. Taking a pair of attacks. This senator should not have 78 hit points. Damn! That is a pair of misses.
Whoa! What's the senator's name?
What's the senator's name? Actually, probably one of the more related senators to a certain character. If anyone's looking at it. Next,
My God.
have the other
Senator
Alfar Hent.
Nope, we were way down south.
Oh!
Unironically rolled a 5 and a 4 to attack her.
I am just so happy she survived.
Don't worry, she probably still will.
Don't worry, Leopold. We'll save
This
your
one
family.
moving over here is going to make a strike
You don't have
against each
to.
of these. He's going to move over here. That is a hit and a hit. Really good damage on the first strike, and really shit damage on the second. So this one goes unconscious. This one, however, is reduced to 2 hit points. Severely bloodied. And now that senator who just got severely bloodied. He is going to attempt to escape its current attack range. Towards the door, as that kind of looks like the safer option, at least into the aura of life. So he is going to move out here, and we are going to see if he gets knocked unconscious. He does not. As he moves away, the sentinel swings and misses him. He is able to get a fair bit of distance away and get into the aura of life. Okay, next up, Senator Jonathan Leck. Jonathan Leck is going to move over to the wall and then climb up onto the podium. I forgot to activate this guy's combat state, so I need to move you down to where you can still persuade in this attack. Okay, so now the captain of the guard, who is going to move over beside this sentinel and seemingly knows a bit more about maybe some of its weak points, and is going to make a pair of attacks at advantage with his 2 two now drawn longswords, making a hit and a hit. Dealing 17, 27 points of damage in that pair of attacks. Ooh, shit. What was he at? I think he should be around there. Maybe a little bit lower. I think a little bit lower. I don't know. He is going to immediately he's going to action surge to make another pair of attacks. Rigus, please delete those. That is...
Oh no, I'm actually trying to get your attention because Wayne's been tapping Wayne has been marking with his mouse for like the last 20 minutes. And I was just so annoyed.
First strike is a crit, and the second strike is another fucking crit.
Oh,
He's a
jeez.
champion fighter, on a 19, and then he got a 20. So that is 12, 20, 40 more points of damage to the golem. As he makes this series of strikes, you see that while its gaze does appear to still be active, its petrifying gaze, it seems to begin to start burning up from the inside as it appears like it is about to explode.
Oh.
Oh no.
As he does,
That's bad.
still in silence with no way to communicate, he immediately begins moving away from the target. However, he only has 10 feet of movement, so he does not get very far. Now for Senator Talon Travell, who is currently restrained, having no other capabilities, is going to, at the end of his turn, make another Constitution saving throw, which he succeeds. So he barely succeeds and is able to worm his way out of his restraint, and that is at the end of his turn. He is unable to escape it. Actually, that doesn't seem right. At the end of their next turn, they must make the save. If they fail again, blah blah blah. Cannot be affected by the same instance. Okay. So if you save from one of it, if you move into another, you can still be affected by it. It's not like you're unable to be affected by the other ones, but you will not be affected by the same one. Yippee! Field Guardian 6 is going to move. He's actually going to move up here with the rest of these guys. And he is going to also activate. I will move it! You cock-sucking motherfuckers.
I've been scrolling this entire time, so just scrolling out and seeing that pop up is so funny.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them not centered anymore.
This is getting out of hand.
No,
No, there are 2 of them.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm never making a cool combat again.
I mean, hey, with a group like this, you may never need to make a combat again.
Well, we're not making it. We're not making
Okay,
it out.
so,
Let alone a cool one.
Starting with Senator Benton Leck, that is a failure. Next with Haruk Kath, that is a failure. Then with Partithian Irio, that is a failure. And then with Larian Iritiv, that is a failure as well. So all of these are now restrained.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Secure, you got any? Secure, you got any way to rescue these
Down
restraints?
to the senator down over here. He is going to move.
I could kill something, maybe,
He is going to move his max of
if I try really hard.
as he is just a little bit smaller than the rest of the people here. Now for Howard Fentis, who is the only one who is not restrained over here.
Yeah!
Let's go.
He's the man before me!
Yes, he is. He cannot be affected by this particular strain, so he is able to escape outside of the room.
Good job, Howard.
For now.
We believe in you.
Next up,
No, he made it.
Senator Gerald Winterhold, who
Wait,
was
no, I had a higher initiative.
Where the fuck did you go then?
You didn't put me on there. I've just been keeping track.
You do know that he did not roll because he couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, Zach. I kept track for you. Otherwise, you would have skipped me, and then you would blame me instead of blaming yourself.
Gee, Secure, how come you've not done anything
I
in
still
combat?
do. I still do blame you in some regard because someone else had struggles and yelled at me to get them in the initiative, whereas you just kind of kept track.
Oh.
Other people must have been talking, or I wasn't listening. I did not know that you were not in this initiative order. I've got 44 fucking initiatives to keep track of.
Also your fault.
That I will take the blame for, but also fuck you. It's a cool combat.
It is a cool combat.
What
So,
is your initiative?
it's 10 and point. What's my dexterity? 0.2.
Okay, I have to roll for you to get in.
Yo, not 20!
Can you roll for me from now on? Because my rolls are really bad, and I really like that one.
10.2. Okay. So you are next in initiative. Welcome
Okay,
to initiative.
sweet.
You're up.
Thank you, Asia. So it looks like this guy right here, might be easy target. So I'm gonna just run up to him.
He is about
Does anyone
to
have a nose?
explode.
Blowing up!
Yeah, cool, not him. Same with that guy.
No, that
On the
guy
other side?
is barely injured.
Okay, sweet. I'll attack that guy unless we have another recommendation. I know what I'm gonna do. I just don't know who I'm doing it to.
Secure really be
recommendation,
like
Good.
my main goal.
Don't step into the goofy looking film. AKA the red cones.
Got it. All right. I'll go ahead and TP right here with the blessing. So that's a bonus action. So now I'm gonna take half damage from anyone who attacks me.
So you move 10 feet up, teleport, because that's 40 feet away.
Yep. And then I'm gonna go ahead and slash him.
Can you not move?
This
your
will be
character?
pretty. I actually didn't know where I was, so thank you. Hey, you're welcome. But thanks also. Anyway,
I guess you technically have taken like a 2-month break from this, so that's your fault. That one's your fault.
this is so fluid. Yeah. All right, I'll take that one. We'll have joint custody of the faults. Let's look here. I have a plus 12,
I only
so
did it
because
on
I can't use
weekends.
anything
You
on
have it
here.
for the week, okay?
Well, that doesn't seem fair. I don't like the child that much. 1d20 plus 12 to attack him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Roll
Alright, should I roll other one, or would you like me to roll
your
them?
other
Sweet.
attacks. This thing has more than
Can
enough
do.
HP to survive your turn.
Sweet. And this is my second hit. Oh, that's a good one.
That is a very good
Cool. Hey, just to be clear, those are my two
Almost
best
a
rolls
crit.
that I will roll.
for the rest of the night.
No, eternally. That's it. Like that's secure.
Did
This
you not
is
get
secure
flanking?
right here. Do I get
he's
flanking?
currently restrained.
No, it's not.
Fag.
The guard is currently restrained, yes, he is.
Fine. No, you're right. I was just gaslighting. So I'm gonna roll my damage now. Do different damage types matter? I'm going to be doing force. I'm gonna be doing is it thunder or lightning? Because I don't want to do fire. They'll probably have a resistance to fire, right? Lightning. Okay, so force, lightning, and piercing. Should I roll those separately?
Nope.
Sweet. All right, 1d6 force. I have 1d8 piercing, and I have 1d6 fire, and then I have a plus 9.
They're immune to
Roll.
them all.
First one. 26 damage.
That's solid damage.
Yep, it is. Plus 9. Second one. 21 more damage.
Alright.
And that is my turn. Efficiency. Next.
Sick. Next in initiative, we have the Senator Gerald Winterhold, who is the one who has been shot by our dear friend Thomas.
Why would you do such a thing?
and he is going
They were
to-
pointing at him.
What's our distance here? That's 35. Okay, he can get out of it from here. So Wayne, you're the only one who gets to see this. He runs out and seemingly turns back around, and since there's a silence in between you two, you can't hear it, but he mouths a series of words, and you see a little, like, bead of energy arc out from his head, and he seems to be looking one direction, and it arcs out and circles towards the Senator Savorium Lucar, who is currently restrained, who is going to make an intelligence saving throw. He fails. Okay. Dealing 35 points of psychic damage, which is exactly as much damage as Lucar has hit points. He goes unconscious.
Ooh. We gotta pick that guy up.
I don't
Secure,
think
where
we're
you going?
going to be able to.
Hope we can pick him up.
Okay.
I will say though, I feel like we should because the name Lucar sounds like somebody we've met before.
It is.
He
It's
is.
the guy who gave you the strong sides in Team.
The team dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the team
That'd
guy.
be him.
That would be the
Yes.
guy that
He's
The guy
indeed a
that-
G.
We kind of
Is-
want him
is-
alive.
is the only reason that the Vox are over there.
Yeah.
Next, the Senator Jeffrey, who is currently restrained. He fails his second saving throw and is petrified as the stone completely encapsulates his body.
I will say that if he can survive back to my turn, I think I can save him. But that is also a decently big if.
The Senator Partithion Irio. Saving throw. Failed. Is completely paralyzed.
Ugh.
Where is petrified? My apologies. Petrified, not paralyzed. Benton Leck. Also currently restrained. Saving throw. Failed. Paralyzed. Petrified. Why do I keep saying petrified? Now, to the low end
Wait,
of
are-
initiative.
Wait, are they
Yeah.
paralyzed? No, they're
They're
petrified.
petrified. Petrified. My apologies.
Okay.
I've been misspeaking. We now have our good friend and boss, Lycus Internet.
Has Edmund already done something?
No. Edmund is also not fucking toggled into combat. So Edmund is going to be next.
Where's Savorium Lucar in combat? Because I don't see him anywhere.
There. He's right next to the top right or middle
He's
red
right next to
golem.
the top. I had him in here earlier, and he had like a 2.
Oh, no, he has it at 21.
He has a 20.
A 21.15.
I prepped all this today. Okay, he's gonna keep that initiative then. Since he's gonna be coming up soon anyway.
He's gonna be stone.
Quite possibly.
He's going to be
And,
stone.
and I am now looking for Edmund.
What are we gonna tell the stone sides, man? No.
Well, now their boss has a stone side, and the stone to everything else.
Taraka's gonna kill us.
Hey, we did our best. That's about it.
We did our best. End sentence. Okay. So, since it is now his turn, he is going to start as he seemingly casts a spell and a series of golden stars appear above his head. And he is going to use a bonus action to throw the first of the stars at Senator Gerald Winterhold. Rolling a
I like-
natural 19 to hit, that is a hit. What were you saying, Zach?
I like how everyone's just like hovering over people to try and figure out who you're talking about.
You can just
Well-
hover over the initiative.
That is
Well,
30
that
points of
specific guy-
damage to the guy I just marked. 30 points of damage to him. That is the action and bonus action of the Professor Lycus Aranin. We go to Senate Guard number 2, who is just inside the door. He is going to make a bit of a mad dash. And just did 5, 10, so that's 25. There's 45 feet of movement. And he's actually going to have moved over here. I think he could make that with his movement. He's trying to get to the senators in the back of the room. Next, Senator Rayuz Axborn is going to also attempt a mad dash to the door. He is going to get an attack of opportunity as he leaves, which is a hit. Let's see if it knocks him unconscious. Left with 1 hit point, he does get to the door. But he does have to dash to get there. Alright, Edmund. And unless you guys want to continue going, we will end after this first round of combat concludes, which is here momentarily. For your guys' sake. So he is going to make a pair of longbow attacks from the high ground. Okay, so he is going to make 3 attacks as he has the Dread Ambusher feat. And he is going to make all 3 attacks. He is going to come to the side here and make the attacks against this Shield Guardian. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is actually one of the craziest rolls I've ever had. I've rolled 3
What
dice.
is a nat 20 nat 1?
It's 3 dice, and 2 nat 20s and a single nat 1.
I mean, that's 1 in
A lot.
8,000 chance?
8,000.
Regardless, that is, first strike is a miss, and the next 2 strikes are hits. He is also going to have Hunter's Mark with his bonus action. Meaning that both of those crits are going to be a d8 plus 6, and then 2d8 plus 6 to Dread Ambusher. 44 points of damage from our boy Edmund. That is his turn. Hargant Irio, who has somehow managed to dodge the paralysis, is going to move 10, 30 feet and dash to make 60 feet and get outside of the room. Ending with the last Shield Guardian, the first true attacks made upon a member of the party, Sakir. Jade.
He is currently muted.
You are getting a pair of attacks made against you. What is your armor class?
My armor class would be 21, if I remember. Yes, 21. Keep in mind, damage is
You have
halved.
resistance to all this damage. I have
Yes.
I do have a crit and a 23.
Okay, let me see what I can do about that. Actions, down,
I'm gonna roll
reactions.
that crit and then just give you the regular damage since it's halved and he's doubled.
I'm gonna roll a d6 and subtract the result from the creature's attack roll.
Okay.
And that is going to be
One.
my reaction. That is Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Is there?
I'm a silvery barbs the crit.
You're gonna silvery barbs the crit. Okay, I'm going
Nice,
to roll
thank
that
you.
again.
What's the range on silvery barbs?
60
feet. And I'm assuming you did the measurement. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
That is still a 21, so one of them hits.
Okay.
I am also going
Hold
to
on.
check something
What-
real quick.
Would you say your AC was secure?
21.
I'm say then, is the subtraction from the d6, does that apply to both or just one attack?
So Jay,
It would apply to one creature.
I apologize
Okay.
For this. I'm not gonna let you use this resource. It is immune to the blinded condition. So Blood Curse of the Eyeless does not work on this creature.
Okay.
It has multiple
Yeah, forget that
senses that it uses. Yes, Thomas.
Okay. Dang.
Golems are immune to blood curses. They do not have blood.
That is also
That's true.
2 reasons
That's
being
true.
doing
That is
that.
something I would know, so thank you for saving me that.
Yeah. Also, question, Nate, who are
Question
you
DM.
giving the advantage from silvery barbs to?
Okay, so that's a 21 and a 23 after the failure of the crit. So I'm going to roll 2 instances of damage and have them in totality.
Sweet. And just let me know.
I'm
So it's a total
gonna
of 52 reduced to 26.
Thank you.
And that is going to be its turn, ending our first round of combat and our session for the day.
Hold on, before we end, before the end of the
Right.
recording,
Rikus.
Wayne,
Yes.
Who are you giving the advantage to?
Rikus.
Wayne is giving the advantage of silvery barbs to Rikus.
Yes.
All right, it is recorded.
Yes. And this recording, I have been seeing input capture and output capture the whole time, so we should have audio for this session.
That's good.
Awesome.
It was
I have
just
access to all your character
It was
sheets
just
right now, by the way.
Suncraft. It was the music bot the whole time. It's the only audio that's been picked up.
That would
That would
be
suck.
really, really funny if that's the case. I have been seeing it move with your guys' voices, though.
Now, Secure, before you leave, can you try opening up your character sheet?
Oh, I just did. And I also found out I can open everyone else's as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, you should be able to observe everyone else's, but not interact with it.
Yes, correct. Yeah, DM. I may have been like slightly annoyed that we couldn't figure it out, so I hopped in as Thomas and just adjusted everyone's player character views so that it actually is observer.
I reset
I didn't
it
see anything else.
multiple times. Like, I turned him to no one can access it, he can access it, everyone can access it, and nothing worked.
I don't know what I did, but it worked.
Hey, I'm not gonna
and
complain
now
about it. I'm just gonna accept the dub when I get it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this massacre that we are now witnessing. Hopefully, we can save at least a few more senators.
Hopefully. Especially the ones we actually care about.
Well, there's one that you really don't care about, but she's probably gonna survive.
I think the golems are
She
misunderstood.
is kind of 1v2 a pair of golems and has 2 of the bad senators next to her. But
Nah, she
who
did.
knows? Maybe she'll survive.
Nah, she'd win.
Nah, she'd
Nah,
Nah,
I'd win.
she win.
I mean, I haven't met his sister, so I don't even know who she is.
That is not my sister, that is like my aunt, I believe.
Yes, that is his aunt, the Lady Florence Lanatdown, who is technically
Even less of a chance for me to actually recognize her.
no longer holds the Lanatdown name, but I wanted it to be there just for people to see. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll be able to meet next week. But we can discuss that once I close the recording, which is now.